And let's go back to what's happening in Nepal. A day after Gen Z protesters picked Sushila Karki for the prime ministerial post, there are rival factions now which say that there should be someone who has more experience and said that Nepal's youth's job is to be watchdogs. That being said, why aren't the various political factions stepping up? And to discuss this further, we're now being joined by Khorshad Koirala from Kathmandu. He's an editor of Republica Daily. Thank you so much for joining us on WION World is One.
Thank you so much for having me.
Right. Now, there appears to be some discord with regard to the selection of Sushila Karki, with many calling for someone with more experience. That being said, who is this some other person or political faction that can actually step up, and why aren't these different political factions stepping up right now?
Yeah, I think that's there is a discord among this Gen Z group who should lead the interim government, and of course there was online voting, and Sushila Karki was the most preferred choice. But then again, there are also other candidates like Mayor of Kathmandu Metropolitan City, Balin Saha, and Kulman Gising, who actually headed the Nepal Electricity Authority, and few other candidates are also there. And also, like, there is another mayor from Dharan Sub-Metropolitan City. He also has stake claim to lead the interim government. Despite all these differences, I think there has now been kind of consensus, by and large, consensus among the Gen Z groups that Sushila Karki, the former Chief Justice, should head the interim government, because she also has backing from the major political parties who are now represented in the parliament.
Right. Now, if we were to go back initially...
And in terms of experience...
Right, please go ahead.
Like Sushila Karki is considered one of the most qualified person because she already served as head of the judiciary. So in terms of experience, there's no question about her qualification and about her experience. But there are some groups, they want to push their candidate to lead the new government. That's for now.
Okay. Now, if we were to go back to when this all started, initially it appeared to be this faceless Gen Z revolution. Now they have a pick, and that is Sushila Karki. The youth has now been called the watchdogs. What do you think led to the selection of Sushila Karki, and who else would you say could also perhaps help fill this power vacuum and successfully address the concerns of the youth?
Well, this was like, this youth group was not that organized. They also did not actually put forth their candidate to lead the new government. They were actually not sure if they were actually, had some idea that they would be able to topple the government within 2 days. But then, they are looking for independent candidate who can successfully push forward the agenda they actually they want to implement, like, ending corruption, ensuring good governance in the country. And most of the Gen Zs, they think that Sushila Karki could be the best person. And if not Sushila Karki, there could be Kulman Gising. And earlier they had proposed Balin Saha, the mayor of Kathmandu Metropolitan City, but Balin Saha, declined to take the responsibility for now. And so they moved to Sushila Karki. And like, there is a negotiation going on now between, like, there are army chief and then president and then the representative of the Gen Z. They are actually having negotiation at the office of the president now, and they have like consensus on Sushila Karki for now. But then there is a difference between president and the Gen Z activists. That president wants to retain existing parliament. And existing, whereas Gen Z activists are calling for dissolution of the parliament first and then formation of the new government, interim government under Sushila Karki, and whose government will have mandate to hold free and fair election soon.
All right. That being said, of course,
yes,
all the issues have not been addressed yet. That there's still a long road ahead. What challenges do you reckon lie ahead?
I think yes, because there seems to be some kind of differences within the JNG group. Initially, they were not able to put forth a consensus candidate, and finally they came up with the consensus candidate. But then again, in the cabinet members, they want to have a completely like civic government with the representation of people from different walks of life who have made a significant contribution in the society. The role of political parties, the existing political parties also becomes very important in this regard. And if these political parties do not support for a smooth transition, they will have, very difficult road ahead. Yes.
All right, Mr. Karara, thank you so much for joining us on WION World is One with your insights on this and getting us all the updates from ground. Stay safe.
Thank you.